Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
When we think about disruptive companies, we think about Amazon and the way they changed the book industry. We think about Netflix and the way it continues to change the movie and TV experience. And soon we may be talking about a Dallas-based company called qliqSOFT when it comes to changing the way physicians communicate. My guest now on the Jeff Crilley Show is Krishna Kurapati. He is the CEO and founder of qliqSOFT. That's qliqSOFT.com.
Yes, Jeff.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Jeff.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that always fascinates me is people's stories. And so you are not originally from America. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. Where were you born?
I'm from India. I started my journey in Dallas 25 years ago, and then started my first startup in 97 in communication telecom. When it was telecom, Dallas was the telecom corridor. We built the first voice over IP switch. People ever know that, and I had a series of startup companies, and now I'm this is my passion right now to build the next best secure texting service for hospitals.
And when you started in America, it was basically just you? I mean, did you come here with $100,000 in a suitcase?
I wish I was, but yeah, it was just me and my wife, and just came here and started working for a company. And then it's a true American story. And
I love that rags to riches story because I think it's so inspiring. So your first company did what?
Yeah, we did voice over IP switch, which was used by Comcast and other people, and ended up bought by Cisco Systems.
Now, your latest company may be your greatest company, in my opinion, because the way physicians communicate via text message is really much more important than I think people realize.
Exactly. I mean, if you ask me, the greatest revolution that happened in healthcare is the smartphones. Yeah, every doctor got the smartphone. Every nurse has it. Everybody has smartphones, and it's so easy, so comfortable to communicate messaging because texting is asynchronous. Doctors are busy with their regular work. They don't have a time to take a phone call or make a phone call. So a text message is the most efficient form of communication in healthcare. So no wonder that so many doctors are already using text messaging from their mobile phones. So what we try to do is, they're doing that, but that's not compliant. It's not secure. It carries the patient information. They could send information about patients, consults, things like that. And the security is a very important requirement for when you transmit patient information or store information. So what we do is we make sure that we give the same experience that user has or a doctor has from their mobile messaging. We provide that securely so that they can carry on the same communication over our secure texting service.
And so a typical cell phone text is not secure? Somebody could hack into that?
Exactly. So, yeah, so when so first of all, there's a device. So when you send a secure message, somebody could get hold of the phone and see the messages.
Right.
Or they can see the pictures or the documents that are stored in the gallery. And the second thing is when it goes through the service providers, you don't know where it is getting stored and who's getting access to it. So if there's a hack into any of the service providers' data network, then your data is hacked, and you're bound by the regulation to report that incident.
So in terms of reaching these doctors, when you demonstrate for the doctor your solution, they get it, right?
Yeah. So the benefits when they see it, first thing is, oh yeah, we got texting. We are doing the texting. Most of them, 2 years ago when we started the company, it was like they were all doing it, but there was no everybody's denying it. They were not.
Right.
They're not allowed to do it. They're denying the fact that they were texting. Now, if you ask them, they'll say, yes, we would like to continue to use it. Is there a secure way? So the conversation changed from denying to accepting and looking for a solution. So And when they adopt a technology like ours, secure texting, the benefits go beyond just texting. One simple thing is like when you send a message to someone else, and as a sender, now I can see when they got the message, when they read the message. So the read receipt is a critical component of communication in healthcare, because in a lot of this communication, when you do it, you send a message and hope that they get it and they read it. But they're using this more for the clinical communication, so they want to make sure that the other person read it.
My guest right now on the Jeff Crilley Show is Krishna Kurapati. He is the CEO and founder of qliqSOFT. This is a solution for physician text messaging. Where do you see this going, right? I mean, in terms of HIPAA laws already require physicians to keep their patients' data secure. Do you see some kind of mandate that their text messages also must be secure, or is that already in place and physicians are ignoring it?
Yeah, so the Affordable Care Act has a meaningful use, is a requirement. This is the federal mandatory requirements that state that everything should be secure. So they have come up with the HIPAA high-tech regulations that every hospital has to be bound by, every physician, every provider has to be bound by. What's happening is there's a next level of requirements that are coming that are asking for clinicians to use a secure texting service for their communication. So it will soon be a requirement from government.
And it seems like it's a real liability for the doctor. So if a doctor's cell phone got hacked and confidential patient information got out there, are they not subject to a lawsuit?
They are. I mean, if you see the hack that happened, Anthem Blue Cross, which is like 60 million records were stolen.
Right.
There was a class action lawsuit, and other things are going on at the same time. So they're not only liable from a lawsuit, but the cost of breach are very high because it is estimated that anywhere from $200 to $300 per patient information is a cost when you lose it. So when you're talking about millions of patients, then you're talking hundreds of millions of dollars.
And right now, how are you getting new users? Are doctors just hearing about you word of mouth?
There are multiple ways we do that. One is obviously we have about 1,000 different healthcare organizations already using our app. So it's a word of mouth. So it's a viral effect, and one doctor refers to other doctor, a nurse refers to other. Then the other thing is we go to conferences, we meet physicians, we meet the ITs of the healthcare, and when they look at it, it makes sense for them. It's like meets the requirement. It's highly secure texting service that they can rely on. It's ready for the hospitals. So we get from multiple channels.
And if someone were to steal a doctor's phone, could they not read their text messages?
Yeah, no, that's the beauty of the solution. Is it's all wall guarded inside the phone. So when somebody gets the phone, all the data is encrypted on the device, right? So you cannot go into the device and see the messages. You got to log into the app to see the messages. And
is it? Let's suppose a physician, their phone was subpoenaed by a court. Mm-hmm. Is that information still protected from the justice system?
Unless how physician is need to provide that information. The data is kind of transient. It doesn't stay forever.
I got
so
you.
It gets erased periodically, both on the device as well as in the cloud. So we don't store any information on the cloud. We only send the information from sender to recipient as an encrypted messages. So the liability-wise, how many messages there will be in the device are limited.
And one of the things that I know that we're already experiencing is that there is more visits to websites via the mobile phone than
Right.
there is the laptop. So everything is going to the phone, is it not?
Yes, it is. I mean, by and large, now I guess it's more than 60% of the traffic is going through the mobile
Wow.
browsers. So, I mean, everybody is using mobile by de facto.
Do you see yourself as a disruptor?
Yes, I am. I mean, our tech is pretty strong in that this is secure texting is a path towards a complete revolutionizing the way patient be cared, in a real time sense, right? So you could see this going into how physicians can communicate with patients, patients can communicate back to the physician, vice versa. So as more and more the smartphone technologies get adopted across the board, just like what you've seen the revolution as the Uber.
Right.
How do you see the Uber revolutionizing the way the cabs are delivered? Similarly, if you could think of like a Uber kind of model in healthcare, the communication is the stepping stone towards that.
I know when you come to a home, you see this home is protected by Brinks or this home is protected by ADP. Do you see a day when physicians will put on their website that your information is protected by qliqSOFT?
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting idea. And it's like powered by Intel or protected by Brinks. So, we can see that we are getting a lot of interest from the third-party application developers want to use our service to provide their own services. So, that's a possibility.
And as a consumer, as a patient, this is just something that you should really be paying attention to. Tell me again your website. qliqSOFT, qliqSOFT.com. Thank you very much for being a guest on the Jeff Crilley Show. Everyone, we'll see you next week at 11 o'clock.
Thank you, Jeff.